What is a poker for bet and how do you use it? Imagine you're at the poker table and the action heats up before the cards even hit the flop. You see players raising, re-raising, and suddenly someone makes a big move again. That's where the 4-bet comes into play. It's a move that can really shake up the game and tell you a lot about what your opponents might be holding. A 4-bet happens during the pre-flop phase, which is the first betting round before any community cards are dealt. It's called a 4-bet because it's the first bet in that round. The sequence starts with an initial bet, then a raise, then a re-raise, and finally the 4-bet. This last raise is usually a sign of strength or a strategic bluff. Most players use a 4-bet with very strong hands like pocket aces, kings, or ace-king to build the pot or protect their hand. When you 4-bet with these hands, you're trying to get more chips in the pot and discourage opponents from calling with weaker hands. It's a way to narrow down the field and increase your chances of winning big. But some skilled players also use 4-bets as a bluff. They might do this with weaker hands or suited connectors to make opponents think they have a premium hand. This can force opponents to fold better hands, especially if they are aggressive and tend to 3-bet often. Position plays a role in how you use a 4-bet. If you're in late position, you can use the information from earlier players' actions to decide if a 4-bet makes sense. If someone raised before you, and you notice they often 3-bet with weaker holdings, a 4-bet can be a good move to take control of the hand. Knowing your opponent's tendencies is also key. If you see someone who folds a lot to 4-bets, you can use this move to win pots without a showdown. On the other hand, if an opponent calls or re-raises your 4-bet, it's a sign they might have a very strong hand or are trying to trap you. When you decide to 4-bet, the size matters. Usually it's about 2 to 3 times the previous raise. For example, if the last raise was 30 chips, a 4-bet might be around 75 to 90 chips. Adjustments are common depending on your stack size and table dynamics. Larger 4-bets can put more pressure on opponents, especially when you're out of position. Let's say player A bets 10 chips, player B raises to 30 chips, player C re-raises to 90 chips, and then player D raises again to 270 chips. That last move is a 4-bet, signaling a very strong hand or a bold bluff. Using 4-bets wisely requires balancing your range. If you only 4-bet with premium hands, opponents will catch on and fold when they see you do it. Mixing in some bluffs with weaker hands can keep your opponents guessing. But overdoing it with marginal hands can lead to tough decisions after the flop and possible losses. In the end, a 4-bet is a powerful tool in poker's pre-flop arsenal. It helps you build the pot with strong hands, apply pressure on opponents, or bluff your way to winning pots. Just remember to consider your hand strength, your opponent's tendencies, your position, and your stack size to make the most of this move.